Hello everyone, we are NoSkill Entertainment. We are glad to be back. It's been a little while, but we have some cool updates, information, things like that. So on today's special, it is going to be a little different. Today it is only I, Mikey, B-Sapper, The Nuisance, and Luke Goblin. And my solo guest, TheDravo himself, Mr. Brandon. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well. Man, a lot of titles there, my friend. He's got a reputation to uphold.
I gotta remind people. Gotta impose the presence. It's been a minute, man, and it's good to hear from you. And I actually did catch up with some of the other guys, and everyone's doing well, all things considered. Especially yourself, man. That weather yesterday was sketch for you.
Oh my god, dude! At some point, a tornado almost formed in my area, and it was like hella high winds. I think my dad's truck on the driver's side, where the wind was pushing against, was caked in mud and dirt and shit. And the visibility was like next to nothing when he was on his way home, so it was like crazy.
Next to nothing. I don't know how you guys were driving. This fool sends me a video, and I can't see shit out the windshield or the side windows. It was bad. It was really bad.
That was after when shit was calmed down, but it was raining hella hard.
Dude, that was wild. I wouldn't have been
the
on
highway was pretty much flooded. Like there was like at least a good inch or so of water up on the highway. It was getting nuts, and it only lasted like that rain only lasted like 30 minutes, and then it calmed down. It was just through like a sprinkle.
That is so wild. Y'all really had some Florida weather roll through your neck of the woods.
Hey, fucking the sun wasn't cool though. That fucking sunset was nice to look at, but dude, what the fuck? It was so sudden. It was, that day started out sunny in the morning. It was sunny. It turned so quick.
You got hit by a typhoon in the middle of nowhere.
It's fucking crazy.
I still think you should put that video you took on the channel as a short with like some snappy caption of like, don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, and then it's just the monsoon or some shit like that.
Bro, I tell people all the time, and people that live in Nebraska could probably say this, don't trust the weather channels because they might say one thing and it might be true for like the first maybe half of the day, but then the other half is totally the opposite. It can be sunny, and then next thing you know, it's cloudy, raining, and maybe in some cases snowing.
Holy crap!
It's dumb. It's crazy. Like Nebraska weather is like it doesn't know what it wants to do. It just does what it does.
And unfortunately, it has really been impacting our ability to work together lately, as there's not much you can do when your whole town's out of power. So.
No shit. The whole town up to the highway and all the way up to the highway there was no power for like fucking 6-7 hours. To the point where we weren't sure when it was going to come up, so I had to drive into the next town over to McDonald's to get food because we have an electric stove and everything, so we couldn't even cook. So I'm like, I need to get food at least for everyone. And by the time I got back, power was on. So I was like, fuck it, I didn't want to cook anyway.
That's hilarious. And I'm glad you guys are doing well. I'm glad the whole situation worked out well. A good update for anybody who actually listens to us. I know there are a few of you out there. We appreciate it. Several of our members are in the middle of transitioning positions at work, either in a new place, new job title. A few people were moving. Some people were traveling literally coast to coast. We've hit a little bit of a rough patch, but this episode's going to be a little different. Obviously, there's our brief catch-up of what everybody's been doing, what's been going on. Now it's time for the fun part, getting into our usual nonsense and banter, because today is going to be a bit of a weird one. When we started, there was definitely the divide of the lone lizard on the hill holding the front line for the PC gamers, and definitely, I don't want to say going in arms against us casual console gamers. but he was definitely preaching to some extent. And I'm
Mm.
and I have made the transition over to a PC gamer as well. I actually picked up a nice HP that go ahead and light my ass up for. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh man, get this, get that." You know what? I found it. Best Buy had it for a reasonable price, and it has a 3-year warranty. Get get bent. I'm enjoying the shit out of it, but it has opened up some exciting new opportunities for the channel, some exciting new opportunities for me because I'm just a true diehard gamer. And I think I had it for like 4 days before Brandon and I were already running it through its paces, setting up stuff in VR and multiplayer, and it's been fun, man. I'm excited to see what the future holds for us with this new toy that we're adding to the lineup of the channel equipment.
Hey
So
man.
I put it on my taxes.
Hey, hey man. Your whole life you've been basically on that console, having fun. I mean, that's no problem. Like, I've been on console my whole life as well. I've loved it. I met all my friends there. But with PC, yeah, you've just opened up a whole new like library of shit you can do.
I've noticed, holy crap, everything from retro stuff to cutting edge like 4K with ray tracing to goofy VR stuff that is for like condensed and compact as it is, unbelievably groundbreaking in gameplay experience. Like it's such a night and day difference, and admittedly, it is a steep entry price though. You gotta like agree with me. It's to some degree on that part of it.
To some degree, because the way you went, yeah, it's a very steep entry price. But then there's the other side of entry where people make their own PC, and that is where things can get cheaper. But
Bro, my graphics card is $650 by itself right now.
oh, I know, like
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 buying
that's
it pre-made,
basically
I think I did okay.
that's basically how things were when prices were reasonable, unlike now where prices have been skyrocketing and recently they're coming down. But I'd
Mhm.
say before the price increase, literally the only thing you had to worry about when it came to price was your graphics card. Everything else was pretty cheap, and you basically built around just that. If you wanted a PC that can handle like ray tracing, 4K, and all this shit, you bought the graphics card, and everything else came after.
Yeah, it really was that way, and it because of obviously the whole world was on lockdown, shipping constraints, shortages. It's gonna affect the economy regardless. But PCs got hit by that right after the big crypto boom, and those GPUs and graphics card prices and all this other crazy stuff. It wasn't even a jump, man. It full blown got out of hand to the point where people who were in this hobby since they ever started gaming couldn't even afford to be in it anymore. It was ridiculous.
Oh, another thing, screw scalpers, you pieces of
Ah,
shit. Those guys were bought as many as they could, and then were just selling it for the highest bidder. Fuck those guys.
that was absolutely ridiculous how much money they were making and getting away with.
Oh
And
my
I,
god. I
when
hate
I
them, but yet I'm also jealous. I didn't think of doing it because
it,
God, there's so much money. But fuck those guys either way.
it takes so much to be in that position. You not only have to be able to sleep with yourself at night, you need the initial investment, and you need to be tied in to know when things are going to go down. So they're a different breed all their own, and I prefer not to think about them because it's just going to piss me off. But I kind of get it, and I always wanted to go the old build your own. I'm very DIY. That's how I like doing things, from whether it's my cars, the content creation we do for the channel, or the other stupid projects I get involved in. And if anybody asks, that's a whole conversation on of itself. So shit, leave a comment or hit me up on some random game or stream. I got a story. I got story for a bunch of different shit about that, but it's just how my mind works. And the only reason I ended up going pre-built is because I had shopped around. I had found, of course, every setup's going to have issues. I found what I was comfortable with. The prices were dropping, like you said, and this one came with a 2-year factory warranty and a 1-year store warranty for all of the hardware, no additional cost. and it had just dropped $400 in price, bringing it to PC plus monitor plus a few programs I bought, 1700 flat, everything complete, done, ready to go. And it has been running Cyberpunk at max settings, completely unfazed. It's been running VR at the highest settings up until last week when the new patch hit and completely fucked up a lot of people, not just me. Completely fine. I am so happy with it. I understand that I went with the expensive route, but you gotta admit, even if you built your own, wanted to do a good bit, you'd still be spending close to like $900 to $1,000 these days.
Well, especially
And
with the graphics card you got a 3060. That's not a cheap one. Graphics,
no, it is not.
at least until the 40 series comes out. Those are the most expensive ones right now.
3090s above me, or the
Oh yeah,
3060 Ti.
I'm just saying the 30 series are the more expensive graphics cards. At least until the 40 series comes out, then that's gonna take over there. Who knows what those are gonna be able to handle? But
Yeah.
those are gonna be crazy.
And brief moment. Sorry, had a slight emergency there. Disaster averted. Um, my neighbors are trimming the trees right now. Luckily, we're not getting the noise. One of them dropped something and almost dropped the tool straight through the roof of the playhouse out back, and it was a bit of a scare. That would have been hilarious if the kids come over and there's just a hole straight through the floor, and you're like, I don't know what happened. I, I couldn't explain that to you. But anyways, what was I saying? Right now, all things considered, and I also bought a monitor. I had one that was utter garbage, and I wasn't gonna get a really nice PC to have this jank monitor that was from like the late 2010, mid 2010s to pair up with it. So it was a steep entry, and even right now with some of the games that are coming out, we've even run into issues with our recordings where our main PC that's been carrying the channel like a fucking trooper hasn't quite been enough, and we're gonna have to start looking at that in the near future.
Yeah, I need it, and I'm planning on putting an order in here soon to get more memory because that's the big issue we're having. Is I need more memory. The 16 gigs ain't cutting it anymore. Because before, all I had to do was open up OBS and record gameplay on an Xbox. But now, since a new area has opened up and new games are coming up, I have to look into recording on PC. And most games, like I was able to record Killing Floor, no issues. Like older games, maybe before 2019, 18, are easily recorded. But anything after that, especially VR, things get a little choppy. Especially VR, that's really choppy. It's not possible to play. I get motion sickness with how choppy it gets. Just taking up too much memory with recording and the VR going. Yeah, no. I need to upgrade to at least 32. If I can afford it, maybe more. We'll see. I'm not throwing that out there as fact.
It's also going to come down to what's available, because the way I know we've run in circles about this a bunch of times already, but the market's kind of weird right now, and there's stuff that I would have actually gotten a nicer version of this PC, but the soonest it would have showed up would have been in June potentially. They didn't have a guaranteed ETA, and I've had this for like 2 months already, so I would have been waiting till the end of next month to maybe have it shipped.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a big maybe.
Yeah, they slipped it in there. It may also take until October at the end of the whole little disclaimer thing. I'm like, oof, I almost fell for that shit.
Yeah. That would have been a long time to wait for that.
Yeah, and hopefully it all works out well and things go smoothly, because I'm excited, because I've always wanted to get into VR. I know we've talked about it on the last episode. Yeah, we did. The last episode was the Metaverse one, correct?
Yeah, VR Metaverse.
Okay, my timeline's all screwed up. I'd never know what year it is. And I know we talked about it to a good extent there, but VR has always been this really cool thing that fascinated me, and it was really the driving force to me getting a PC. After just having some fun and like playing games with the bros, like doing stuff with you, doing stuff with Necro, my buddy, trying to think of his gamer tag because I don't just want to dox him hard on the recording. I'll come back to me. I'm just drawing a blank right now. I'm gonna feel bad. He's gonna hit me later. But just doing light stuff like that, it's been so much fun and it's entertaining as all hell. Our what's it called? Arizona Sunshine videos kill me every time I see one of them or I see a clip from one of them because it takes people from the grown adults we are back to the little kids with a new toy who are just way too ecstatic and way too eager to fuck around and make fools of themselves.
Bro, we haven't even gotten into like the craziest shit of VR. Like, once we start getting into like the VR chat, like all this other weird VR games, like it's gonna be there. There's gonna be a lot of excitement.
The two of us in Boneworks multiplayer, I cannot wait for that one. That's gonna be absolute nonsense.
That mod,
dude,
we need to try to do that to see how to work that.
right? That's gonna be absolute shenanigans if we can get it running right. There's always the if because there's a lot of temperamental things. This is new territory, but I'm really excited. I I think between me and you for sure. I know Deej has expressed wanting to do this. My brother himself is eyeing up the nicer version of the PC I bought, and we're gonna see what happens because we're looking into getting a home and having like a room designated for this. It might not be the biggest or nicest thing, but have the space where a bulldog's not going to sweep your legs when you're playing VR would be really nice, and it'd be comfortable, and it'd make it easier to record stuff like that.
Having more than 3-4 feet of room for VR is always better.
I don't even have that much room for my regular desktop gaming. If I slide 2 inches to the back, that said bulldog is right behind me.
Gotta love dogs. Love them.
Oh yeah, you can't just kick them out. It's 100.
Nah,
well,
man.
I don't know about you guys. It's 97 currently right now.
It's 82 with a lot of humidity. I mean, shit. When I was leaving work, it was hot, humid, and for some reason, it was raining. I was like, "What? It's sunny. Why is it raining?" This fucking state.
You just get that gross, muggy feeling. Everything's kind of stuck to you.
Oh my god. And at work, Jesus, that's worse.
Over a fryer. Oh no, I don't even want to think. Topic change.
Yep.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
the fun that's gonna come from this is unbelievably exciting. I can't wait to see what we're gonna get into. New games for VR and PC are coming out. A few new ones that you surprised me with. I forgot all about it, dude. You got me into Blood Hunt, and that has easily become one of my new favorite battle royales. Or probably one of my favorite battle royales of all time. It is so much fun. It looks beautiful. And while I gotta get this out of the way because I know my tabletop friends are gonna call me out on it. I talk so much shit to Vampire the Masquerade because the community's kind of cringe sometimes. But man, that battle royale really hits different. It is unbelievably good.
It's fun. It's new. It looks great, and it's not like other battle royales. To where as soon as this game comes out, it is immediately competitive. This is not the case at all. Like when I lose, I don't care. Like this is just fun to fucking play. I have yet to win. I've gotten close several times, but it doesn't bother. It doesn't. Who cares? This thing is fun. It's just a good time.
Seriously, vampires, superpowers, guns, baseball bats, teams. It hits all the sweet spots for fan service. It does it incredibly well, and I can't speak to the accessibility of it because, of course, I'm swinging on the high end here. It runs really well, in my experience, at least. I'm assuming I haven't heard any complaints from my friends with older setups. They've said the same exact things. It's running pretty well for them as well.
Shit, if I wanted to, I could probably run high to mid settings and have a good 60 frames and be fine.
I think you really could, and the only thing that was killing us was trying to record at the same time. But that's asking a lot.
That's really asking a lot for a 16 gigabyte of memory. So as soon as we get that sorted out, gameplay's coming, and I'll be happy to record it.
In the meantime, I'm gonna prep Dirtle. I want to see if we can get him as our third for the trios.
Oh, please, getting dirt all on that shit. Oh
That would be
god.
hilarious. I just want to see him with the superpowers because the bullet deflection, the invulnerability. I think he's going to be a complete menace. He's no good with gunplay. We know that for sure. But his ability to just be a nuisance and it disrupt teams or break them all up or get them to scatter, that's going to be fun.
I mean, he might not be good at guns. I want to see what he could do with the katana.
Yeah. Oh, dude, me and Dirt will run in with some bats. You've seen me put in work with that stupid bat. It ain't even the good blue weapon.
It's not even the good one, but somehow they do work.
You gotta believe in it. You gotta feel it like it's a WWE superstar special, and you're Stone Cold Steve Austin going out to kick the shit out of Vince McMahon for the 30th time. It feels good every time though. I'm gonna get kicked in the throat or later because after I said that, I realized Sting was the one who used the baseball bat. Great. Now I gotta deal with that.
Yeah, at least you get corrected yourself, man.
Yeah,
You
but
saw the error of your ways before you went too far.
I hang out with the most insane, diehard, sweaty WWE fans. It's like really gross, and it's kind of weird when you think about the fact that we're all around 30. It's sort of yeah, I got to deal with that. But
Hey man, that's nothing new. DJ used to be a WWE fan, but he lost interest.
he'll be back into it by summer. Just he's waiting for SummerSlam, I'm sure. But all that aside, I think there's going to be some cool opportunities. Is there anything you're looking forward to getting into, or any ideas that you want to workshop? Because this is a good platform for an update. If anybody does or doesn't want to see shit, that's what the comment section's for. If they want to roast me for my shitty PC setup, that's fine too.
If anything, I'm just really looking forward to doing a lot of VR content. I want that to become a staple of the channel, not just other gameplay of like PC or Xbox or whatever, just controller play basically. I want VR to become another part of the channel along with the podcast.
I think that would be absolutely amazing. Like I said, I'm very passionate about this stuff. I'm trying to get into it. I'm not a technical minded person. I hit things with a hammer for a living, and occasionally I have to put something out when it's on fire. I don't have a lot of super critical thinking skills, so getting into this, it is a lot of new stuff to me. And there's definitely going to be a steep learning curve. I'm very glad you've been here to help and
Uh,
are probably going to continue to help because that other issue I told you about.
it didn't. Trust me, I'm not that technical. Literally everything I know, I had to do a lot of research for, and even then, I probably still don't know what I'm doing, even with most of the knowledge that I do possess.
You say that the channel has been up almost a year now, or we have.
Trust me,
Have you?
behind the scenes, there has been a lot of fumbles.
Behind the scenes, it's that "this is fine" meme. Everything's on fire. There's
This
people
is fine.
screaming.
This is fine. I mean, shit. Because of all this work and shit I've been doing, I haven't even streamed in weeks.
That's just kind of how the whole state of the channel's been. We've had serious life stuff for 3 or 4 of our members. People trying to get their work settled out. It's just been that kind of time, and
Yeah,
unfortunately,
even
it's
uploads have been slowed down significantly.
they've still been up though. You've been keeping it consistent. Was it our
I
full
try.
blown speed? No, but it's still been released, and I'm not gonna get over that. As late as it was, that Arizona Sunshine 2 video, absolutely loved it. That shit was
That
hilarious.
that was all my fault right there. I just forgot it existed.
It got done though.
It
Like it
got
was
done.
fun. I forgot we were crip walking in VR. That shit fucking killed me. And I made the mistake of watching that with people I work with. So now they'll show up to work crip walking and pointing at me. That's a thing that happens now.
Fucking hell yeah.
Yeah, this is my life now. People are like, "Oh, I don't want to get recognized in public. I want to be anonymous." Meanwhile, got coworkers coming in, crip walking, pointing at me. And then we have an HR meeting after that. So you don't know. You don't know what problems are.
That's funny. This is so good.
Hey, that was good. It's fun. That actually reminded me. Don't ask why I was thinking of DJ because of that. Maybe it was HR. Who knows? I had ran that idea of the the VR chat air quote animated special where we do a podcast and we're all in VR shooting around in some worlds with like cool scenery in background.
I really want to
He
try to
said he
get
was
that done.
super down.
I want to get that done so bad.
I think that would even be a fun one if we had to like bite the bullet and for the first one or two have the one whichever of the other boys can make it for in desktop mode.
Yeah.
Just so we can kind of tech test it, figure out how much strain it's going to be with 2 people, let alone 3 to 5. So I'm excited for that one. Deej actually said he was pretty down for that one. Adrian would, but we currently don't have any hardware for him at the moment, unless we call in some favors for a night. Fraser said something about it, and I don't want to misquote him, so I'm just going to hold off on that.
Because I know that we were in mid podcast once when his laptop blew up on him. So I don't know how long it's going to be until he has something workable for something like that.
Yeah, quick story time, folks. He was rocking an Alienware gaming laptop that was a champ. It ran games beautifully for many years. And during a simple recording on Discord, one day it just exploded, and we don't know why.
That podcast is on the channel, but like I don't remember which one it was. Just one of the podcasts, he just disappears.
Oh, that's concerning. I think Dirtle heard I was talking about him. He just sent me a voice message. Oh, that's spooky. Oh.
Felt a disturbance in the forest.
I'm gonna open it. It's gonna be like, "Were you talking about me, motherfucker?" I'm like, "Oh no, how's your day?"
Command Rectus.
I hit him with that one on a speedrunning stream last night. He did not think it was funny.
Damn.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. I definitely want to do the VR chat animated specials every now and then. Air quote animation. I think that'd be a lot of fun, especially since, due to our origins, I can tell you right now, everybody in this podcast group, YouTube channel, shitlord, gang, whatever you want to call us, from our origins, the way we're raised, and the cultures we grew up in, I can tell you right now, we're all very animated when we talk.
Oh yeah. Shit. I'm not. I love the stereotype of like Italians use their hands, and I'm over here. I'm not even Italian, but I still use my hands sometimes, and I catch myself. I'm like, huh. I'm pretty sure I'm not Italian, but it's just funny.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're still Hispanic, though, correct?
Yes, of course.
As am I. As is my brother. As is Deej.
Yeah, it's just a thing.
So I have a
We're
feeling
very
once conversations get heated, hands are going to be moving. There's going to be body language. It's a good thing Deej won't have full body tracking because there'd be kicks or like him standing on the table to prove a point.
Bro, dude. If we get to that point where everyone has a VR headset,
Once I get my Quest Link working,
next step would be full body.
Once I get my Quest Link working, I kind of want to get that next, but that's for later.
That's later. It's not a cheap thing, but that's a plan. That's a goal.
There is a cheaper option coming out for it, actually.
Yeah, I think I saw something about that. I forget
there's two.
What it was though.
There's the DIY one called Slime Full Body, which you can get done for about $50 to $60. The setup is just a nightmare. It is difficult, but it's also only $50-$60, so you weigh that out. And then I can't remember the other one. I'm gonna see if I can look it up. Let me know if you hear any annoying Furies clicking or anything in the background.
But yeah, I remember seeing a lot of people or companies trying to make an affordable consumer full body tracking type thing, and I know that a lot of people are looking into like stuff for Quest or just Meta products, and I know there's a lot for Vive and I think what was the fucking other one? I forget the other headset that's popular, but
found it.
Yeah, but like it's there. People want it, but right now it's pretty expensive, or you have to be an engineering genius to like do it yourself.
That's the slime VR tracker for sure. It don't get me wrong, it is really amazing that there's open. Oh, sorry, my dog knocked over my stuff and then left. What a dick. Um, yeah, the slime VR one, I think it's really cool. It's open source. I think that you can get. It's amazing that you can get parts to fix it, but you do need to have some serious technical know how to work it. Or you can pre-order the. Oh man, this is gonna be hard. Hiratora X. It is a full body tracking. It has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't want to get this wrong. It has 6 tracking points from the solar plexus down, and then it uses the hands and quest for your headset and standard controllers. It is really good. It's really reliable. It's not the smallest setup, but it's arguably the most comfortable one with a 10-hour battery pack, and it's going to be $270 when it releases, hopefully around end of summer.
That could be a next purchase for the setup.
Right. I know for people who aren't into this, 270 sounds like a lot. It's not that much for full body. Some people are dropping and quote me if I'm wrong, anywhere from $700 to like $1,200 for good full body tracking right now.
And we're not even talking about the people that are dedicated to this shit, that do all kinds of weird, crazy shit with their headset to the point where their headsets may or may not break. So they had to replace their headset on top of it, especially have like the index or something. Jeez, that's a lot of money. On top of it, I've seen some people on VR chat do some crazy shit where like they'll be breakdancing and shit. And I'm like, bro, I'm surprised their headset is still together.
I actually want to get full body just to start shuffling in VR chat raves. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is gonna be stupid, and I hate to put DJ on blast while he's not here to defend himself. Me and DJ grew up in that scene. We've been to the sketch underground clubs. We've been to real raves. We've been to EDC or not EDC EDM events. I'm saving up for EDC. I want to do that one. We've been to EDM events. We've been to shitty anime raves. It's a fun environment to be in. The dancing styles that you encounter there are fun. They're accessible. I'm 230 and some change right now. I'm heavy. It's still easy to jump in, have some fun, bounce around with your friends. And if I could do that from the comfort of my home with AC from DJs that I would never get to see because they're in different parts of the world, I'm going to jump on that shit. You can bet your ass on that.
Yeah, I mean, so there's already different apps or programs that people are making like Meta or whatever. They're basically, you can go into like a fucking greeting or meeting area, like a theater or some shit. You'll be able to watch movies, see games like, I don't know, basketball, football, whatever, or just party at some rave or some shit.
Guess which one I'm going to be at.
You're gonna go to some symphonic metal rave or some shit.
If someone hosts a VR mosh pit, I am so down. I'll be first in line. Actually linked the website for you so you can check it out on your free time. Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask you to squeeze it in right now.
Oh no, don't worry.
But there's some exciting stuff coming out, and now that we have the opportunity to start doing this stuff, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I do want to make our own. If we do the animated special in VR chat, I do want to do our own custom avatars. And I know we had talked about it, and the accessibility there is all over the place. There's easy ways, there's hard ways, there's expensive ways.
Definitely gonna have to do some research and look into that. Like,
this is my first attempt.
Because
I'm just gonna send this to you.
Alright. Because before,
I know we're liking mostly audio things. Sorry.
Yeah, because before, when I first thought about it, I'm like, I barely play VR chat. I don't have a lot of hours, so I'm not going to spend money on something custom yet.
He has 100 hours. Don't let him lie to you.
Fuck off. I have like 60.
He has 60 hours.
Let me fact check myself before you get more into this. Yep, 63. There you go. But that is nothing compared to the people that play that shit.
I know the people who are into it are into it. It's like
I said before, I know someone that has over 1,000 hours on the bitch. And I'm like, wow, why? I don't get it.
I accidentally sent that to you as a message, not as in our text that we use for the podcast. So
yeah, I see it. Did you mean to make him look like a Shrek?
I was aiming for more goblinoid, but that is attempt number one.
I mean, good attempt. I don't know what website you used for that, but good one.
That's actually a free website. Anybody who wants to check it out, it's called Taffy. It's an app. It's called Taffy Avatar Creator if you wanted the full name. It is completely free. There is a paywall for certain items, but it lets you create a custom avatar. You can download the VR chat. Making this avatar, linking the account, and downloading it took under 40 minutes. If you put some money into it and put some time into it, I'm sure you can make some absolutely crazy shit. And it works for both Quest and PC. So there's options, there's hardware. This is just an attempt because if we do this, I do want to do it right. Because I'm sure there's people out there who have been listening to this episode who are like, they've been doing this with one PC for the whole group. Yes. That's how this channel's been put together for a year and somehow growing. It's blowing my fucking mind. I'm sure you're surprised too.
Shit, I didn't expect to get 20 subscribers. We went past that a long time ago. We're almost to 50.
If we're being completely candid, I was expecting 50 views on the channel.
True. I wasn't expecting as much as we have, and God, I cannot express how good it feels.
Same, right? It's something to be proud of. It's so much fun when we're making this stuff because we don't take it too seriously.
Yeah, it's a hobby among friends. It's literally a channel where everyone in the NoSkill cast is a part of it and has safe on it. If they wanted to, if anyone had something, I don't know, they wanted to change about the channel, hell, shit, we could all discuss it, probably put it to a vote, be like, yeah, let's do it, let's not do it, who knows. But everyone in the channel is a part of this. I'm just the guy that edits and uploads and makes everything work.
And I'm hoping to start helping with that now that I have the hardware to do so.
Yeah, shit, learning basic editing shit, even if it's just, I don't know, podcast editing, that'd be huge.
I definitely want to start doing stuff like that. Start putting together smaller scale videos because how you have the patience to sit and condense these like 4-hour sessions into a banger 7 or 8 hunt video, or one of my absolute favorites, DJ is a mess, or even your own montage, is mind-boggling the amount of patience that takes.
Editing is a lot of patience, especially when for about a good week. Thank you, Adobe, by the way. Your update was a mess, and thank God they updated it quick, but literally for a week, nothing was able to render. So I had to literally sit on my ass for a week waiting for Adobe to like fix this shit so I can actually upload something. Oh, it was a mess.
Don't worry, I'm waiting for Meta to do the same thing with their interface for PC. Their last update royally screwed the community, so
I'm
I feel it.
I'm glad, but I'm also surprised nothing happened to me.
It's been super weird, man. The patches and updates and community fixes have been pouring in by the day.
So I remember the last update for the Meta put out. I couldn't even get my like headset to work. I would just like put it on. I'd see the Meta logo for like a split second, and then it'd just go black, and nothing would happen. And it was like that for like a week until they hotfixed it.
That's very much what I'm happening right now, or what I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah, it's weird. They have their Meta has their issues.
Yeah, it makes it really hard since they're like the predominant VR company at the moment. But that could change at any time. This community is exploding.
Shit. If Steam or Valve, whatever you want to say, put out a more affordable headset that just so happens to be more powerful than like the Quest, I think they'd be leading it right now.
That's hard though, because the smaller they go, the less impressive the hardware gets.
Oh, I know.
Space, heating, cooling, even. I don't know. I saw that one guy liquid cool Quest. That was hilarious.
I mean, also to be fair, the highest price for the Quest 2, literally is only because you wanted more memory or more storage. That's just it.
Mm-hmm.
So, say, I don't know, Valve put out a headset that is more powerful than the Quest, but the least expensive version is because it's like the minimum like storage space that they'll give you for it is the most expensive for the Quest. I don't know. Maybe there's some room for a market there. I don't know. Because some people would like a more powerful headset than the Quest, but not have to spend $1,000. You know?
I didn't even pay full price for mine. I waited till that shit went on sale.
Oh hell yeah! I don't blame you.
I think I got the mid-tier Quest for $250.
And shit, not I got the most expensive, but now I'm over here like VR games don't really take a lot of space. I could
They
have
really don't.
I probably could have went for a mid tier a storage space instead, but whatever. I have the storage. Might as well use it. I don't know what I'm going to use it on because I barely buy anything on it, but we'll see.
Give it time. You're gonna start falling. Once the community really takes off, I think you're gonna fall down the rabbit hole of VR dating sims. But that's just my opinion.
Do you think I'm that down bad? Goddamn.
Just a feeling, just a guess.
This guy thinks I'm down bad. That hurts.
I think those would be. I've actually seen a content creator I follow do YouTube videos and live stream that.
Oh.
The one of them killed me because he didn't treat it like a dating sim. He treated it like an open world sandbox. So he was throwing because everything was interactable. So he's throwing food items at NPCs. The girl that he's supposed to be on a date with gifted him a fishing pole, so he picks her up and does the whole Lion King scene where he's holding her over the cliff of the sunset. It's so stupid and amazing. Man, Grimmy's a visionary. If you guys haven't heard of him, check him out. It was beautiful.
That's so good. I need to check that out.
I gotta find. I'll shoot you the link after the fucking episode. I forgot we're supposed to be working right now.
Yeah, we kind of just went on a huge like tangent, but bro, it's just, VR is exciting.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh no,
Editor,
no.
cut that. I'm being a mess again.
Nah, I'll keep it in.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Sorry. Back to what you were doing.
I was just quickly say that VR is exciting, and again, it's no surprise that we go on these huge tangents about it. Fuck, I totally forgot we were recording for a good like 10 minutes there.
That's gonna come out great in post. Oh, that's funny. And this whole thing is about fun, and I'm like excited. I'm at work daydreaming about what we're gonna do with upcoming projects, stuff we want to get into. The VR stuff's gonna be a lot of fun. I do want to squeeze in some retro stuff since I found them on PC. I think that would be a lot of fun. Takes it back to, I don't know about you guys, at least my childhood. I know I'm older than most of the group. No, I'm pretty close. I'm on the older end.
Yeah, DJ is the oldest.
DJ is the oldest, but DJ is also like mentally 7.5.
I love when he sees that one.
Oh,
But he'll agree. Not gonna lie, he will agree.
fine, I'll double down. He had a seating issue on the plane, and the air marshal had to get involved. Yeah. Granted, he was in the right, but if you say that out of context, it sounds beautiful. But yeah, no, there's some definitely cool stuff. VR is going to be a big part of it. I definitely want to sneak in some retro stuff. I'll be able to stream much more efficiently now that my Xbox isn't debating whether it wants to fire up the Twitch app or explode because the Twitch app is useless on Xbox.
Hell yeah, shit. I've been thinking next time I stream, I want to either. I think I'm looking towards the new Smite update with the Slipknot stuff because that sounds so cool. Having Slipknot and Smite, that sounds awesome. That or the House of the Dead PC port.
That'd be a fun one.
That would be. I'm looking forward to doing it. I definitely would be able to do it because House of the Dead is not demanding, and I'd definitely be able just to chill and stream that.
I want to do an arcade night where I line up some of the arcade classics I grew up with: House of the Dead, Kid Chameleon, Street Fighter. It's like the old 8-bit kind of 8 and 16-bit kind of stuff. Just because I have the opportunity to do it now. I couldn't really do that on the Xbox. Those games aren't always available, and when they are, they're for older versions, so you can't run them on Twitch app and things like that. I think there's some crazy cool stuff that's going to be popping up in the near future, and
Oh yeah, you're gonna just so you know, everyone. Then you can find us on Twitch, and in the future, you're gonna see the NoSkill channel pop off a little bit, especially with either it's me streaming it or Mikey. Maybe we'll get someone else to do it. Who knows? But the channel's gonna pop off. There's content to be had.
And that actually reminds me, a quick update from some friends of mine. We should have some interesting people be joining us in the near future. I think there's going to be some definite potential for that. They're very colorful characters, and that's going to be some interesting news to get away with, or news to deliver to everybody, because I'm sure it's going to be shock and awe. My brother and I were actually talking about some upcoming podcast ideas. Brandon, I don't remember. Did I run the cryptid episode by you?
I think you mentioned it, but we never touched up on it.
It's so stupid. If you think this is like nonsensical rambling, we want to do an episode where we argue, talk, and like debate who's the greatest cryptid of all time. Mothman, Ogopogo, Chupacabra. Like the dumbest shit no one ever gave a damn about. But it's gonna get heated, it's gonna get passionate. I'm sure DJ, especially
so
from
down
the
for
South,
this.
is gonna have some stories.
Oh, dude, those Deep South stories of like those stories you tell kids so they don't go wandering outside at night or some shit.
Exactly. I just wouldn't do that, man. Have you seen some of the stuff that comes out of those like swamplands or forests? I wouldn't get near any of that shit.
I'm so down for this episode. I mean, so we've discussed a hot takes episode once, and we never really followed through with that one. That would be an interesting one right there.
I'm trying to get past 10K views before we get canceled.
Fair enough. All right, I'm going to just put that on the back burner. We'll see where this goes.
We'll keep an eye on that one right there. Actually, let's get big enough. Let Adrian get his own channel. Let him get himself canceled, so the rest of us will be fine.
It will just be on his channel, just uploaded on his only. Everyone will be there, but it'll be like the
only video posted,
like the NoSkill secret podcast episode.
Oh my god, NoSkill After Dark.
Oh my god.
Could we do an After Dark podcast? I feel like ours is already pretty out there.
I mean, shit. I mean, most of the podcasts were already recorded late. All we need is to add a few hydrating beverages.
I think I'm good. Arms reach either side of my PC, the way it should be. Yeah, I'm looking through our old videos right now because there was some of them. The anime episodes were cursed for sure.
Oh my god. I forgot we did that.
Yeah. Episode 4 and episode... Oh, where was it? I know we did 2 of them. No, that's the metal one. That's the guess. Did we only do one anime episode?
I think we only did one.
Oh, we did one, and then ending of episode 3, we just fell into anime because we were talking about the old nostalgia stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, both of those segments were really cursed. Hydrated Star Wars with Ooh Nuzzle Me Space Daddy. It was pretty cursed. That was already pretty after dark.
Yeah, that definitely would be considered after dark for us, but that was Oh my god, that was so scuffed.
That video is still one of my favorites. That's like top 3 in my head.
People, you don't understand. One, there's a lot of cut footage from that. Like that was at least a good 6 hours between the two videos, and some of it was just a lot of dead air where there's nothing happening. A lot of some of it was just stuff I would rather not have on the channel.
A lot of it was that.
Because we were talking about some real scuff shit.
So I guess we could do an After Dark thing, but it'd probably have to be like a Patreon special. That would not be okay on YouTube.
We'll see. I mean, hell, if we do get to that point where Patreon is looking pretty good, we'll see.
We'll see. I don't know, man. I'm feeling positive about it. Like I said, I didn't think we'd hit 50 viewers. Or, yeah, 50 views on the channel, let alone coming up on 3K. Which I get. In the grand scheme of things, that is nothing. But at the same time, I didn't think we'd do that ever. At all.
No.
And obviously, we don't know 3,000 people. We're 5 shut-ins. Like, none of us do shit. So, people are watching. Thank you so much for supporting us if you're hearing this. If you only saw the first episode and left, I appreciate that at the very least. You gave us a shot. That was more. You're too generous.
That's more than I ever asked for.
If you made it to the DJ's a Mess episode, you're a trooper, and why did you watch it 8 times?
Oh, God.
This has been ridiculous. This has been a wild ride, man.
I don't plan on stopping. Sure, the boys feel the same.
Absolutely not. We got
Things
more
have been
hardware in the
shaky,
shed.
but
Well,
it will eventually
life
get.
happened.
Yeah, we'll eventually get back to a good, steady pace. But right now, life is a little extra.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, and we're getting back to it. I've been reaching out to some people who want to work with us. Me and you already got an episode running today. It's not the greatest episode by any means. This is kind of like an hour-long update for anybody who wants to hear us incoherently ramble about bullshit.
Yeah,
And
literally, this has been one big update. To be honest, but hey, fucking, it's been fun. I mean, shit, we love going on rants. We could talk for a long time.
it's what we do. I don't know why I said it like that. Fuck.
All right, bud.
I think I need a nap.
Shit, I feel like I do, but I ain't gonna fucking do it. I'd be fucking up so many things.
Fair enough. Actually, we're gonna need to wrap soon. It's getting to that time. Before we get to that, though, I want to do one more quick segment of your opinion. And I know it kind of sucks. There's only going to be 2 of us, but it'll make the debate shorter at the very least. Your opinion of what fun little indie projects that when we get a little more time and the software is there that you would like to do, because I know you've done your montages, which is one of the best performing videos on our channel at the moment.
And there
But
will
is
be
there
more
anything-
if there is a game that I love, but we'll see.
The scene's been rough for it lately. It's been oof. But is there stuff you would consider getting into? Because you've done one of your passion projects and it's performed well. It's done well. I think it's put together incredibly well. Is there anything else like that you'd consider adding to the channel or adding to our project list in the future?
Probably using VR for different kinds of content. We're talking about maybe future thumbnails or skits or just and a lot of different things to add to the videos, add something different. It'll be definitely a lot more work, but I feel that the work would be worth it in the end.
I agree with that. I think that one's going to be super fun. There's so many possibilities. It's absolutely mind-boggling. I definitely would love to go on that adventure with you since I'm so into VR.
And possibly reaching out to more people for guests, your friends, and maybe getting into some old guests we've had, like the Matsuri guys, or anyone that would be interested in for a podcast. We could sit down and talk about shit, you know.
Just need to figure out when everybody's going to be on. At the current moment, I've got Mini Painter and Amateur Podcast Extraordinaire in a very similar situation to us, who's interested in coming on and hanging out. And I trust this fool with my life. When we get going, it's going to be a thing.
I can't wait for that.
A young entrepreneur who's also a very old friend of mine who has a crazy life story and runs a pretty interesting little side business that I'd love to get his feedback on, because maybe one day down the line we'll end up being in a very similar situation, or he'll be, and vice versa. I will tell you this right now. That dude's way better at networking than we are, so take notes when he shows up. And
yeah, that man is not, apparently from you told me, an entrepreneur. This guy is a go type guy.
yeah, he's already lived a movie star life, and he's a year younger than me. Like, think about that. His life could full on be a movie, and he'd be youngin'. But he's down to come on. That'd be cool. The Matsuri guys want to come back for sure. They actually want to get a few different people from the club in, because we tried to do that last time and we just had technical issues like crazy. The call wouldn't hold. It kept booting all of us. We ended up figuring out somebody's connection to the call was actually dropping all of us. So unfortunately, we had to drop him last minute. Sucks, because that dude's a character. That would have been a lot of fun. And I have another friend that wants to show up. I don't think it's a good idea. Actually, you know this person. Rakdos wants to come by for an episode. I extended the offer. He said he's down.
Good command, Rakdos. I am fucking down. That would be a character to have on the podcast.
That dude is a different breed. Between him and Siege, you're gonna be on your toes.
I'm gonna have some work for that one. I can tell. Just from the little interaction I've had with him, I'm gonna have my work cut out for me on that one.
Rakdos is a hell of a streamer and an absolute character. He's actually been streaming more during the day lately, which is nice, so I can support and be in chat and like hang out with the friends.
Yeah, not like fucking Dirtle who's at like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, I want to be there, but I got work in the morning.
He's been streaming at 6 lately. Not because that's when he's getting up. That's because it's when he got off of work.
Damn.
6 a.m., folks. Man doesn't go to sleep until the sun's like hours into the day.
Shit, damn.
But all that aside, I think that we're going to have some fun stuff. I may even consider like dumb camera work. We'll get around to that. That was the idea I was bouncing off of you like 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Yeah, with the GoPro.
Yeah. I still think we should just stick one to DJ's forehead and cut him loose into the world. That'd be a great video. Especially if it's just hypercuts of him getting into shit with no context in between. But we'll mess with that later. Those are just ideas I've had swirling around.
I mean, I need to talk to him about that green screen he acquired from a friend.
Seriously, that's going to be some fun if we can get in on that.
Yeah, man's been so busy, he can barely talk to him nowadays.
He's home now, and once he's not working, hopefully we'll get him back. But I can't. But this is just from the two of us, people. Imagine what's going to start lining up when we get Siege, when we get Frazier, when we get Deej. It's just going to start piling. Because I know Deej has like 2 or 3 things he was like spitballing, hadn't quite decided on. And then life hit him like a brick, and he had to fly all over the states, and it was a mess.
And then
my brother has like...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, my brother has like 3 ideas. Oh, man. I don't even think we should do those, but we're going to hear them out because we work together and we try to make the best out of everything, not just one person's.
I just love how you're like, I heard of his ideas. I don't think we should do them, but we should try at least hear them out.
It's so hard to explain. I don't have words. I'm going to put it for you in the chat. Because I'm not saying this on any fucking recording. Ever. FBI, you ain't get me like that. But while I'm doing that, I think there's going to be a lot of fun. We just have to keep an eye on him specifically.
Yeah, and then there's me where nowadays, unless it's work, I'm also looking into going to concerts. I mean, just recently I went out of state to fucking the state over to go to a concert. I mean, ever since Notfest, I've been addicted. I love concerts now. I go to when I go, any chance I have any chance, I'm out. I'm gone.
It's so funny that almost a year ago, we did an episode talking about how the rest of us go to these wild shows and have these crazy stories. And you're like, oh, I'll try it someday. And now you're just lining them up 2 in a week.
Literally 2 in a week, this last literal week. One in that stayed over, and then 4 days later, another one just like 2 hours away from where I live. And now I'm already looking at 3 possible more within like the next, I think all the way to August. There's like 3 more already lined up. I'm looking at.
I'm jealous. There's only 2 I'm fighting myself on right now, and that's Five Finger Death Punch, Megadeth, the Who, and Fire from the Gods on one night, one lineup. That one is going to be so sick. I want to do that for sure. And then after that, Guar and I don't even know who's playing with them. I just love Guar. Every time Guar's in town, I'm fucking excited.
Yeah.
Only show I felt like I actually almost died at.
What? Damn.
Guar's intense. Being in the crowd, like the fake blood cannon spraying over, lights. I was in an indoor venue, so it was dark as shit, and there's just strobe lights going off. The mosh pit was the full venue. There was a big wall of death. I was so exhausted. It was definitely like, it felt like a drowning scene from a movie because I was just fighting for air, and then every once in a while I'd get a good break and I'd just get pulled back in. It was insane. I came out of that venue completely red, like covered head to toe, just dripping with this fake blood, sweat pouring everywhere, and my insides were on fire. I had the worst like runner's burn everywhere on my torso. That shit hurt so bad.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, Guar goes hard, man. And when Guar goes hard, I go hard. There's no exceptions.
Yeah, it's like, I know this last one, the last concert, like a couple of days ago, it was Wage War with Gideon while she sleeps and Chamber. That was hella fun. So many people packed in a small building, and it was amazing. I got into that. I wasn't like in the mosh pit until fucking Wage War came out, because that's when shit got intense, and I was like, fucking, I'm going in. But even if I wasn't in it, I was right next to the pit at all times, because it was just at every act there was a pit, and I was right next to it. I might as well have been in it. I was more or less just the wall of the pit, just keeping everyone in there until Wage War came in, and I'm like, all right, I'm going in. As soon as low came up, ever since it was like the second song they played Low, and I was like, all right, from there to the end of the set, I was in the pit.
Did they play The River?
I imagine at some point.
Just like, I was concussed. I don't know.
I remember hearing Low, Stitch, and Manic. That's like the big 3 that I remember, but all the other ones were a blur because I was just still in the pit.
Dude, Stitch makes a venue go wild. Oh my gosh. I've seen walls with big old dents in them afterwards. People coming out, like helping each other out, like helping carry people like it's a wartime event. It was wild. Dude, Stitch makes that shit go brutal.
Dude, fucking While She Sleeps and Wage War were crazy. Gideon was awesome, but those 2 had people crowd surfing, had people death walling, moshing, all kinds of shit. Well, even the While She Sleeps singer was in the crowd, just crowd surfing, still performing. It was insane. It was crazy.
Well, that's exciting, and I'm so glad you're getting into it, and I can't wait to start doing more episodes like this now. And this just came to me. Well, if we can do another metal episode, we can start talking about. We can do another concert episode. I defaulted to metal because that's what we were talking about. But we could do another concert episode. Brandon's gonna have stories to add in now, and then hopefully we'll have some more to add on. I still have a bunch I didn't really get to, but you know, I think I went to 40 at this point, maybe. I don't know. Been to a lot, so stories pile up. I know DJ's been to a ton because he didn't even take off the pandemic. He went to every underground show that existed.
Yeah, I mean, so we still have the podcast. I think we were throwing around the idea of life after lockdown.
I would be super down for that one. We just need to get the boys online for that.
Yeah, because shit, things happen, and life has been crazy ever since the world's been opening up.
Yeah, things are coming back to normal. Been doing stuff. Don't want to get into spoilers, but I think that'd be a super fun episode. If we can get one or two of them more, and Adrian's not dealing with emergencies, because he was home for about 6 seconds before he had a phone call and had to go help somebody out, which I get, because I see Crab's name right now. I'm gonna put him on blast. I had to be Crab's on the phone mechanic, communicating through very broken signal and pictures from California to Texas. That happened this morning.
This morning?
I get it.
Goddamn.
Yeah, that happened this morning. So I get it. Sometimes things pop up and you are suddenly busy. You may have been laying in bed enjoying sleeping in on the afternoon, and now you got to diagnose a leaking truck from all the way across the country. I'm not even kidding.
That sounds crazy. That sounds like a headache, if I'm going to be real.
That is my life, and it happens a lot around this house, so I get it. I understand your pain now. But yeah, with all that being said, I think we have some very cool stuff coming up in the future. I think there's a lot of potential for everybody to start shining and showing off some really cool projects that we've just been keeping in the works. I am excited, man. And to everybody who sticks it out and hangs out with us in this adventure, we appreciate you so very much. I fully went into this thinking it was going to be like the typical story of, a bunch of teenagers tried it once, didn't really work, gave it our best, hang it up, and move on to the next thing. And here we are. We're almost a year into this. We're still growing, still showing, and still hanging out and having a blast.
Yep, it's a hobby, but it's a fun one.
Really? Did you hear that?
I did not hear it at all. What?
My dog watched up, punched a metal pan because they're bulldogs. They have huge paws. Just smacks it, makes eye contact, leaves.
I did not hear that. Maybe in post something will pop up. I didn't hear it.
I'm trying to rap you, jackass. Anyways, thanks, dog. Anyways, I think there's going to be some very cool opportunities coming up once again for like the 90th time. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate it. Can we get some closing notes from you, Brandon, before we wrap up? Because it is way over what we said we were going to do. I think we just started having fun, so we got to get back to professional at some point.
Other than just look out for new content coming up, we have plans. Fucking future looks exciting. I can't wait to show everyone what we got basically in the pipeline.
Hell yeah, man. I love to hear it. As for me, I just can't. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. I can't wait to see where this goes. There's going to be some cool stuff coming. There's some stuff that's in the works that we're really proud of. One step at a time, I guess. We'll get there when we get there. Thank you so much for being here this far. And if you make it that far, we're buckle in because we're going on a ride together. But that has been it for this over an hour long update video, air quotes. We have been NoSkill Entertainment. I have been Mikey. This has been my astonishing co-host, Brandon. And have a good night, everyone.
Good night.